Hi everyone, Comic Book Reviewer here. This time reviewing on Sonic the Hedgehog, Knuckles' 30th Anniversary Comic Review. Now as you know, this is a one-shot featuring Knuckles the Echidna and how he basically trains the sort of island defender known as Trip the Sun Lizard into being a tough guardian. And let's get on with the story. It starts off on Angel Island. We see how Knuckles is doing what he usually does to help protect and keep the Master Emerald safe. And he points out about all of the dangers that he's faced. Dr. Eggman, Fang the Hunter, also, Mecha Sonic. And we see him saying, all that, and everything's still intact. Yep, I'm pretty great. And I can stay humble about it. Hey, is that... Yeah, North Star Island. And for those who have played Sonic Superstars, there is a character called Trip the Sun Lizard, who Knuckles, Sonic and Tails and that helped after an incident that happened with Dr. Eggman. So Knuckles decides to kind of help train her, and glides down to North Star Island. And we see how Trip says, this way. And we see, Knuckles saying, there you are. Found you on my first try. Wait, you're... And we kind of see how both Trip and Knuckles get to know each other. And Knuckles wants to kind of help make her into a tough guardian. And even tries to get her to understand that if any of these possible dangers happen again, the island's inhabitants that could be in danger. And even Knuckles at first thinks that, much like Knuckles, Trip is the last of her people. But we see her saying, but I'm not. Want to meet everyone? And this is where we meet Trip's people who, unlike Knuckles' people who got wiped out, they never did. And we see Knuckles saying, where did they come from? Like, historically, when I ran through here last time, all I saw were bandits and traps. And we see how, Trip points out that she did warn her people. And of course, we kind of see how Knuckles meets basically Trip's grandfather, who's obviously meant to be her version of Pacha Monarch, who says, so stick to your training and wear that ceremonial armor with pride. Yeah, but it's so heavy and clunky. You'll grow into it, just like your role. And we see how, Trip points out to her grandfather that Knuckles is going to help train her. And we do kind of see how, Trip's grandfather does have mixed things about Knuckles. And we kind of see him say, well, you two run along and have fun. Don't get into too much trouble, kids. And we see how, Trip mainly gets help from Knuckles. And we see how Knuckles uses every training that he's learned to help show Trip how to be a tough guardian. And he mainly shows her the ropes, what she needs to do and all that. And we do kind of see how, at first Trip is thinking this is all some silly kids game, saying, whoa-wee, that was fun, want some lunch? Lunch? We barely got started! But we kind of see how Knuckles still wants to try and make her into a tough cookie. And we see her using her special armor, so we see how Knuckles has to go extremely hardcore to help her understand that, you can't really hold back punches in case something goes wrong. And we see how, due to pushing her a bit too hard, this does cause Knuckles to say, yes, you can, you have to. What's her problem? She's acting like a little kid. Well, she is a little kid, but we do see how Knuckles has to slowly realize that, Trip, much like Sonic, Tails, and Amy, aren't him. And this does cause Knuckles to realize that, due to being on Angel Island for a long time, and having been its guardian for so long, he doesn't know too much about the outside world. Of course, he's been basically on his own for quite a long time, doing this Guardian stuff. So of course he remembers that, yeah, he was there for his friends, but he has to understand that, yeah, Trip isn't exactly him. And sometimes people aren't you, and you can't always see them as a reflection of your own. And we do kind of see how, yeah, Trip's a bit down about being pushed to a limit, and we see how Trip's animal friends do try to defend her, but we do see how Knuckles points out that he's been on Angel Island for so long, he has no idea much more about the Guardian stuff, but understands that, yeah, Trip isn't him. She isn't exactly going to be like this tough cookie like Knuckles. And yeah, we do see how both Trip and Knuckles have a talk, but we do kind of see how, yeah, after mending things and understanding their mistakes, he also does show her to kind of Angel Island and saying, "That's amazing. Yeah, I guess I've gotten used to it." And we do kind of see how, yeah, Trip also wants to show her that, yeah, her version of the Chaos Emerald, known as the Black Oxy. So of course, after showing him the sort of location, we see how, yeah, shows him the kind of maps and designs and that, and even about the ceremonial armor. And after, yeah, Knuckles points out that she'll eventually get into the role, it will take time for her to learn. And after, yeah, Knuckles realizing that he can't really get back to the island, but we do see how Trip points out that Eggman did have a lot of lost, basically, weaponry and junk and all that. And Knuckles is proud of her, knowing that she basically passed lesson 3. And yeah, we do see how Knuckles mainly uses Eggman's flying chair to get back to Angel Island, leaving him to guard the Master Emerald once again. And this is the story. I think this one is definitely good, because you can tell what Ian Flynn is trying to say is that, yeah, due to Knuckles being the protector and guardian of the Master Emerald for such a long time, Knuckles doesn't know too much about the outside world. Of course, he thinks Trip is going to be a lot like him, while failing to realise Trip isn't anything like him. And sometimes, yeah, you might think you're helping people, but you're just seeing them as a reflection of yourself without realising the consequences of pushing them too hard, or not realising the consequences of it. So I did think the story definitely deserves a thumbs up. Still good, and still readable. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.